because we said, my goodness, this little business we started has the potential far more than what I could do even with the graduate degrees. And so I'm excited to share this with you. I'm excited to present to you what I'm so excited about. And in 25 years, I've never felt as confident about a product. I've never felt as confident about inviting people to join an opportunity as I do right at this moment. And hopefully that you'll understand why as I go through some of this information. So we're going to talk about three main trends that are really taking the country and the world by storm. The first one is what we call the U economy. You've probably heard of the gig economy, but with the advent of the internet, with apps on your phone, the digital economy, with all of that happening, what's really happening is we're having a mass shift of people from being employees to others to being employees to themselves or being self-employed. And not only self-employed, but to be entrepreneurs and business owners. And we're expecting this trend to continue. I mean, as we learned from the pandemic that we don't have to be dependent upon location, but because of access to the internet and because of apps of these amazing mobile devices, we can now stay connected just like we are right at this moment, regardless of where we are and regardless of what we're doing. Many of you are sitting in your homes right now. Many of you are perhaps driving in your cars. You're over at your grandchildren's or your children's homes, or maybe you're shopping in the store. We can be anywhere and still stay connected. And because of that, we can leverage this. And you all are aware of the many different opportunities that are popping up because of this changing trend. Well, Juuva is no different. We actually capitalize on this probably as well or better than anybody because we can plug in and share and invite regardless of where we are and where the person is that we're trying to invite and share with. Also, you're familiar with the boom that's happened in the wellness industry. I mean, this industry, when we think about fitness and supplements and weight loss and skincare and anti-aging, hydration, et cetera, it's over 3 times the size of the worldwide pharmaceutical industry. So we all think, oh, big pharma, and we put the word big in front of it. But what we're doing is actually big wellness, right? 3 times the size of big pharma. And the reason is that more and more people, just like the U economy, more and more people are talking about U wellness, meaning if I'm going to be healthy, I've got to take control of my health. I'm not just going to do whatever I'm told. I'm not necessarily going to follow the mainstream because the mainstream is getting people sick. And so what used to be alternative is now the mainstream. and it's all flipped on its head because we all know in order to be healthy, you're almost better off to do the opposite of what the majority of the people are doing. So this is also a big trend that's happening around us. And here's another video to lead into the third trend that we're really excited about. So we'll go ahead and press play on this video. Hopefully it works.
Coronavirus infection. WRL's Aaron Thomas is live on the NC State campus with this possible breakthrough. And Aaron, these are common products we may already have in our homes.
That's right, Cheryl. Now, researchers here at State say if you have dark chocolate, green tea, or muscadine grapes, then eat and drink it all up. They tell me that these 3 products happen to have antiviral activities that can attach itself to the cellular part of the virus and ultimately kill it. It's a matter of time before COVID vaccines roll out. As we wait, an NC State professor says we can use a specific diet to prevent COVID-19.
Many food on our table, many beverage on your table, in your cup, they have generally antiviral activities.
The products, green tea, muscadine grapes, and dark chocolate. How many people do you know who have already adapted this diet?
I think all my students and any people I know, I just spread this one to them.
He and researchers have spent months examining these foods and the active compounds they contain to fight COVID. This simulation shows an active compound attaching itself to the enzyme of coronavirus. Researchers say if the compound can deactivate the enzyme, the virus will die.
I can absolutely say that, there is a chance that that is true.
Alex Albright is an NC State grad who recovered from COVID-19. During her period of infection,
Taking as many fluids in as possible, eating when I felt like eating, and a heck of a lot of sleep.
she's enlightened by the idea of this diet being able to fight off illness.
Science is ever changing. I just know that it takes time to figure these things out.
And that professor says that he strongly backs his findings, which you can find on our website, WRAL.com. He also says that his next goal is to hopefully partner with doctors and perform clinical trials with this diet. Gerald?
I am all for any remedy to fight this pandemic, even if it involves, especially if it involves dark chocolate. One of my favorites. Thank you, Aaron.
All right. So that is what I get to introduce to you now. I get to introduce to you the muscadine. Let me move my pictures out of here so I can read the screen. But the muscadine grape was mentioned on there. You've probably heard of dark chocolate. You've heard of green tea, but have you heard of the muscadine grape? This is taking over the healthcare world. The health. I just talked to a guy today who he was diagnosed and treated for multiple forms of life-threatening diseases and conditions, and he completely reversed it with muscadine. And he is crazy about muscadine, and he found out that we had it, and he's just so excited. Also, I don't know if you saw the news, but they just approved at the legislative level for all public schools in North Carolina. They are now serving muscadine grape juice at grades pre-K through 12. So now your kids go to school lunch, by school lunch in any public school in North Carolina, guess what they're serving? They're serving muscadine grape juice. Why would they do that? Because of the health benefits we were just talking about on that little news clip. So what makes muscadine so unique, and why has it been so long for us to find out about them? Well, this particular grape is more like a berry than a grape. It's got all the chemical makeups and benefits of a grape as well as a dark berry. In fact, it has more beneficial nutrients than any superfood we know of. That's why we call it the king of superfoods. But one of the things that makes it unique is that it has extra chromosomes, and those extra chromosomes give it the ability to fight off disease and fight off fungus and mold and bacteria and pathogens, et cetera, et cetera. It has its own immune response. And so what we found through the research is that it's thick skin and the large seeds that are found in this that make this such an amazing superfood. So laboratory testing has been done. In fact, over $25 million of clinical research has been authorized. 21 of it has been done in studying the effects on human patients of adding muscadine supplementation. And the amazing thing is that the research is still coming out. I mean, Wake Forest University has done all sorts of research on this. We've got over 26 publications from that research alone. Other universities and laboratories are doing testing. But what they found is that the muscadine seed is 53 times more potent than noni juice, 10 times more than blueberry, 5 times more than acai, and 4 times more than mangosteen. But what's really amazing is all of the different parts of our bodies that the muscadine affects. It basically affects every function of the body because it's improving at the cellular level. Everything from brain function to inflammatory response, sexual performance, allergic response, gut probiotics, chemistry, youthful appearance, restful sleep, skin elasticity, joint flexibility, sustained energy, stress response, weight loss, blood flow, immune response. All of these are a result of boosting the immune system, of supporting the body's ability to repair and rebuild itself, giving the body the antioxidants it needs to bring inflammation down, et cetera, et cetera. We've got this amazing superfood in multiple products. We've got it in capsules. We have it in liquid. We have it in an oil. And these things the oil especially can be put in the body, but also on the body, and having amazing results with that. People, everything from losing weight to improving their appearance and reducing of wrinkles, repairing burns. And this right here is also an amazing part of this program, because we take the amazing muscadine and we combine it with the program called BulaFit, now Juuva Fit, right? And we are seeing absolute changes in health. People are just burning fat as a result of getting healthy. And we are so excited about it. Thousands of real transformations where people will tell you the weight is just falling off. And that's what happened with me. When I first started this, I think it was 4 years ago, I dropped 36 pounds and I haven't put them back on. And I do not starve myself. This is an amazing program where we eat the right foods and we eat lots of them. And as a result, the body just decides to use that fat as fuel. And so at this point, we wanted to reach out to Pam Smith, if you're out there, to please share with everyone tonight what has happened with you in following this program.
I am here, Mr. Smith. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely. Welcome, Pam.
Well, thank you so much for having me on this side of the Zoom. I appreciate you and all that you do. And I am so humbled and honored. I am so excited about where we are and where we are going with this opportunity. So for me, the oil has been absolutely amazing, right? So it has started. I just feel good from the inside out. I have dark circles under my eyes that have lightened. I have stretch marks that have faded. You know, my skin just feels better. I just feel good, you know, and it helps to block fat. So that's also a good thing. But even more importantly about looking good on the outside, you know, when I was feeling good on the inside. And that's what's really important to me. When I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease over 10 years ago, a chronic autoimmune disease, I thought my destiny was going to be of sickness. And, you know, I dealt with hair loss and I was tired most of the time. I was experiencing joint pain most of the time. I was losing my hair and I was overweight. And so I was looking actually to apply for disability. And fortunately, after my doctor told me that you just have to learn to live with it, I learned to live with it. And I found an amazing opportunity that has changed my life so tremendously. So not only am I down 45 pounds, I experience no more joint pain. I have no more fatigue. I have energy through the roof, if you couldn't tell. I'm just excited, so excited to be able to share this opportunity with others. I've been able to increase my income. And so these are just like win-win situations all the way around. My health is better than it has been in 10 years. And I am so super excited to be on this journey and help others experience wellness and with their health and their wealth. So thank you, Mr. Smith, back to you.
Oh, Pam, thank you. And wonderful job. Thank you for sharing your story. It is an amazing story. You are amazing. And thank you. We all find great motivation and confidence, and we get excited when we listen to you. So thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, and next, the gentleman who welcomed us all in as we were coming on today, Mr. Tim Jacobs, NFL pro. Tim, why don't you share with us your experience and your testimonial?
Absolutely, Mr. Smith, can you hear me okay?
Absolutely, sound and look great.
All right, thank you so much for that. Trying to make me blush already. All right. Guys, my name is Tim Jacobs. As you can see, the first part of my professional career was spent playing in the NFL. And upon retirement, I dealt with severe joint pains, everything from my knees, my shoulders, my ankles. You know, I was going down the stairs sideways. I was dependent on the over-the-counter pain medications. I had got a cortisone shot in January of 2019 in my shoulder, then another one in March of 2019. And I honestly thought that was my destiny for the profession I chose, that I was going to go down that road and that surgery and painkillers was the only option. Thank God my dear friend Renee Brown introduced me to this program because it absolutely changed my life. I've burned 32 pounds of fat and have kept it off with ease. I have absolutely zero joint pain. I don't take anything, no types of medications, painkillers, anything since getting started on this program. You know, so I went from feeling like an 80-something-year-old man, you know, in a 40-something-year-old body at the time to now feeling like I'm in my late 20s, and I'll be 51 on Monday. So I'm just tremendously thankful. And then on the opportunity side, just for sharing our story and the stories that we hear, you know, we're able to be a blessing to others, and you know, in doing so, we can build a substantial business. So, Mr. Smith, thanks for having me. Back to you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Jacobs. Great job and great story. Others can latch onto that and say, "My goodness, if it works for him, it's going to work for me." Because you beat yourself up, right? So you did some extra damage and had to do some extra repair. Thank you so much, Tim.
Absolutely.
All right, so moving on then, with our joining of our families with Juuva, you can see we've got a huge product line, everything from the muscadine that we're talking about to the fat loss, the extreme nutrition, pain and immunity, healthy energy, intelligent H2O, and skincare. All of these are products that will definitely help improve your health. And we can give you all the bit of more information about these many wonderful products. But the key that we want to leave you with is that the body has the ability to heal itself. The body knows what it needs. And when we give the body those raw materials, the body goes to work. The body knows how to burn fat. The body knows how to repair joints. The body knows how to reduce inflammation, but it needs the tools in order to do it. All right, so let's talk for one last point here, and that is about the trend of networking as a business. Some of you are familiar with this chart. This is the cash flow quadrant chart that describes how we earn income today. You've got the area of being an employee, top left-hand corner of the quadrant. You've got the bottom left-hand corner, which is being self-employed. Then you have the top right-hand with it, which is being a business owner, and the bottom right-hand corner, which is investor. And what we want you to understand by this, because when this was first shown to me, it blew my mind. But I finally understood that the left side of that quadrant, the employee and the self-employed, that is the model of trading time for money. I'll give you this many hours, you give me this much per hour. Whether you are an employee or whether you're self-employed, you are required to be there in order to get paid. You don't get paid if you don't show up. Okay, as an employee, as a self-employed, like a professional, a doctor, whatever, billable hours, that's the left side of the quadrant. The magic of the right side of the quadrant is leverage. See, when you're a business owner, your system generates cash flow. Whether you're there or not, if the business is successful, it generates and spins off income without you having to be there. It works while you're sleeping, if you will. And so same with the investor, right? The investor has money invested, that money generates money. And that is the model is how can we move from the left side of the quadrant to the right side of the quadrant? How can we get leverage in our lives? And when I saw this chart, it all of a sudden dawned on me why I love this industry so much, because it allows a person like me. When I got started, I told you, I was in school. I had 3 brand new babies. My wife had to quit her job. I had to quit my job. I couldn't make enough money trading hours for dollars to pay what I needed to pay, to stay in school, support a growing family, et cetera, et cetera. So I needed something that gave me leverage and flexibility. I needed to be able to choose when I worked, but I needed to be able to plug into something that I could work once and get paid on it over and over again. And that, I didn't have the money to jump right into the investor side. That would have been easier, but I didn't have it. So I jumped into the business owner side, and I did it through the industry of network marketing. So networking as a business is growing like crazy. You might not realize this, but network marketing companies broke $189 billion in sales recently. Network marketing companies paid over $76 billion last year to distributors. That's a big number. Think about that for a second. That's how big this industry is. Network marketing distributors earned over $200 million a day in commissions. So Juuva has been built to give us leverage so that we can move from the left side of the quadrant to the right. So let me tell you a little bit about Juuva. I'm going to go quickly through these points. We could spend all night on them, but I just want to give you a taste for what makes Juuva so unique and different from anything else that's out there. One, Juuva guarantees that 50% of all purchases are going to go into the payout to distributors. No one guarantees that. Okay, no one guarantees that 50% of the revenue is going to get paid out to distributors. It does at Juuva. The other thing is that the Juuva has set itself up so that 30% of the company is owned by distributors. You can't just come and invest in Juuva. You have to be a distributor. In fact, you have to build yourself up to a rank in order to buy shares. And so this is a distributor-owned and distributor-run company, and that gives us an edge over the rest of the industry. They also have a challenge, and that is, hey, I don't care what company you're in, what company you've been with, bring your numbers, your sales volumes over here and plug them in. And Juuva guarantees, so far, we've paid over 30% more to anyone than they're making in their current plan. And that's part of this guarantee, right? Is that we put more money in distributors' pockets. We also have a vacation club. Come build with us, and you're going to get to take 5-star vacations with us. We do life together. This is a community of people that enjoy spending time together. And so we go on vacations together. And so come participate. Come join our Summit Success System, which is a distributor-run training program to help you succeed. It has everything with training tools and websites and tools to keep track of your expenses, to save the most on your taxes, et cetera, et cetera. But you're going to be trained by people getting paid in the same program, not some industry trainer that made money once upon a time. You're going to be trained by the people in Juuva who are earning top incomes in Juuva. So let me just tell you a little bit about who's running Juuva. This is Grant Pace, has quite a resume. President of Joy Main, okay, this company in China did over $4 billion last year, just to give you an idea. President of Shackley, you've probably heard of that one. He was president of the New Skin Division worldwide, vice president of Asia Pacific and Greater China, vice president of Sara Lee Corporations, president of Asia Pacific for Avon. I mean, that's a pretty good resume, isn't it? How about Frankie Kiao? President of Longrich International in China, CEO of Joy Main, president of the Direct Sales Orient Life, president of Winalite, president of New Skin China, president of Sara Lee China, senior vice president of AMC Limited, managing director of Electrolux. Okay, quite a resume as well. And our president, 32 years of successful experience. He was the president of Wakaya Perfection and Bula Vida, president of Youngevity, generating over 700% growth in just 4 years. President of and owner of Financial Destination, which was a financial services network marketing company, entrepreneur at heart. Love this guy. These three people are our leaders on the corporate side, along with an amazing, amazing team that support them. So a company built and focused on distributors, founding principles of integrity, loyalty. We are called the best was the most trusted name in network marketing, and we are taking Muscadine to the world. These are the values that define us. I won't take the time to go through these, but what other company do you know that sits there and writes what their founding directives and values are, and the values that govern them? I mean, look at that very first one. We put our distributors and customers first. And as you have a chance to read through these, you will feel as confident here at Juuva as I do, because I've been in the industry a long time. I told you, 25 years, this has been my profession. I've never seen a list of these values like this. This is the only place where I've ever seen somebody come out and write down in black and white who they are, what they stand for, and the principles that govern them. So we are poised for expansive growth. We've already expanded into a number of international markets. We've set up the infrastructure, and we are ready to explode. We have the products that are changing people's lives. We have a story that's never been told about the Muscadine. 99.9% of the people have never even heard of it. And if they have, they had no idea it was that good for them. And we have that product. We control it from soil to bottle, and we are exclusive to taking that to the world. So we have a program. If you want to make an extra $500 a month, if that's what you're looking for, we've got a program for it. If you're looking for an extra couple $1,000 or even $10,000, it's as easy as 4 people who share it with 4 people who share it with 4 people. That generates the 500. If it's 6, that'll get you 2,000. If it's 10 people sharing with 10, it'll get you over $100,000 a year. So folks, this is just an example of some of the people who have had phenomenal success with the Juuva program. These are our transformers, right? The people who are transforming people's lives on the health and the wealth side. It's been my privilege to share this information with you. And I leave you with the invitation to please get back with whoever it was that invited you and say, you know what? I want to know more about Juuva and about the muscadine. And with that, I bid everybody a good evening and hope that everybody has a wonderful Easter weekend. Back to you, Mr. Jacobs.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Smith. Awesome job. Guys, if you can just come off of mute and show Mr. Smith your appreciation. We really appreciate you, and we hope to see you guys real soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. That was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Smith.
Thank you.
Good one.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.